Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Metaphysical Big Toe Griffin Red. And the name of this video is called Scared Straight Does Not Work. A lot of you are familiar with the A&E TV series called Scared Straight. And I don't know if some of you are old enough to remember the 1978 original version, which was they made it into a movie. And I believe the guy who plays Columbo, he was the one that the host and the narrator of that. Now, I did some research on that, and ever since I watched the very original Scared Straight, it kind of bothers me because here you are, you have these children who a lot, teenagers or whatever, who obviously have been in trouble with the law or whatnot, and you bringing them to this correctional facility, a prison, and having these, hardened criminals yell at them and call them bitches and all this other stuff and everything like that. And that's supposed to scare them straight. And the reason it bothered me so much is because these guys are grown. I believe it dehumanizes the prisoner as well as the child, as well as the teenager. And I actually read online that some studies were done that actually the program itself just does not work. And I'm going to read to you one of the articles that I found online. It says, "Scared Straight, Not Really." Control studies show that boot camp and scared straight innovations are ineffective, even potentially harmful for delinquents. Scared Straight is a program designed to deter juvenile participants from future criminal offenses. Participants visit inmates, observe firsthand prison life, and have interaction with adult inmates. These programs are popular in many areas of the world. And it says 9 trials met the criteria for the study, and the researchers' results indicated the Scared Straight intervention was to be it actually is more harmful than doing nothing. Scared Straight not only does not work, it may actually be more harmful than doing nothing. And I tend to agree with them. It says you have to look at this from a juvenile standpoint because they're not adults yet, so their idea of they don't really have the concept of really major adult consequences and things of that nature. They're still a teenager, so their brains and mindsets are currently developing right now. And this is where I'm gonna get on the single mothers. And I've watched clips of the newer versions of Scared Straight, and a lot of these children come from broken homes and single mothers and things like that. And the reason I don't believe that this shit works and they need to do away with the program is because a lot of these single mothers, they beat and abuse, and they call their children, especially the sons, they call them stupid, they call them bitches and everything like that. So as a child, a juvenile, a lot of these children are going out here getting in trouble, and that's their way of lashing out, I believe. They're lashing out because they're not getting the love at home. You understand what I'm saying? So you think it makes common sense that these single mothers, these children, are probably getting verbally and possibly physically abused at home, and they get in trouble. Instead of communicating and talking with the child and seeing what's going on, you feel that taking them to a prison where these adult inmates are going to get in their face and further degrade them is going to deter them from crime. You see where I'm coming. You see where I'm coming from this. And it was the irresponsibility of the single mother who is responsible for this. But then again, the single mother gets a pass, and it makes me sick. So, I would pretty much would advise, in this situation, if you're gonna do a Scared Straight, they really need to overhaul the Scared Straight. It needs to be done away with, and it needs to be some sort of program where they are communicating with these young youth. If anybody need to go in a prison and have some inmates yell at them, it needs to be these fucking single parents. That's who needs to be screamed and yelled at. And I'm gonna talk on the topic of this, prison life, how it's glorified in, these rap videos and things of that nature. I saw a clip on World Star Hip Hop about this inmate talks about how how he rapes guys in prison, and that's another thing too that really irks me about the prison system. It's like the shit is encouraged. Read a couple articles online where innocent men would have gone up in prison and have been beaten and raped. This is why I don't condone it at all. Nobody should be getting raped in prison. You should be going there and serve your time, do your punishment, and you get out. And the motherfuckers you up in there raping people, you're an inmate yourself. So what gives you the right to dehumanize another person because your fucking ass is miserable and probably doing 500 goddamn years? And they sit up and brag about, well, me and three of my road dogs, we go up in here and we rape this guy. You need 4 guys to help you. You supposed to be this hardcore gangster criminal, but you need people to help you rape another man? I'm sorry, I can't respect dudes like that. You're a fucking coward and you're a fucking bully. So to anybody watching this, watch who you hang around, watch your company you keep and your surroundings, and just you don't want to go to prison because it's all fucked up. Okay, nobody should have the right to dehumanize another person because we're talking about a humanitarian issue. This is a humanitarian issue. Because what if that person's innocent? But yet you bragging about how you rammed your genitals up in him and made him your bitch. No, you're the real bitch because normally I've watched this. And normally prisoners that do that, they prey on weaker inmates. That's what that's about. Old Bubba or Blue Top or whatnot won't fuck with somebody their size or whatnot. They'll pick on the one that's probably ain't never been to prison. They see that they weak and timid or whatnot, and they'll prey on him. You're the bitch. Not the inmate that you're making your bitch. Y'all are a bunch of fucking cowardly bullies. And fuck y'all. And fuck this cunt, and fuck everybody else who condones that shit and encourages that shit. You have videos of people being raped making videos and making jokes about, men being raped in prison and everything like that. We live in a very sick and apathetic society. My heart goes out to people like that because I'm sure that is some dehumanizing shit. Me personally, I believe if you rape another man, or if you gang rape somebody, that should be automatic death sentence. I believe you deserve to die if you do that. And there needs to be prison reform. It really does. I actually believe in conjugal visits for all inmates. Maybe that would cut down, reduce, or eliminate that. I don't know. But back to the Scared Straight program, it does not work. There's been several studies and articles online that show that this program is useless and money is really being wasted. And it makes the inmates look bad on TV as well. Like I said, it's dehumanizing to them. Because they need to be checking these single parents because why is your child out here acting like that? Instead of screaming and calling the child a bitch, you need to be getting the single mother or the parents in there and checking them and asking them, why is your child fucking up like this? What are you doing to him or her? That's what I think needs to happen about that. Well, this is going to be a real short video. That's all I got. I have to say about that. I will leave the links to the articles that was read online about how the Scared Straight program does not work, and I will be having more videos coming for you or whatnot. I want to thank all my subscribers for sharing my videos and listening in. Thank you and goodbye.